the others are doing. They'll come over earlier than just 5 o'clock.
David, I don't know what David's doing. David could probably do something. If David does anything, he'll probably want us to go over to him. Andy, I don't know what Andy's doing. And then Dan's working. Most of the other guys are still working right now, actually.
Meh.
Nah, I know. Meh.
That's why they need to get better schedules.
Get better schedules. Get a work-life balance.
Work-life balance.
New concept where people don't just dedicate their entire lives to a company that's just going to go ahead and turn around and fire them the next day. Not like you don't get plenty of those anyways.
Get fired? Plenty of those?
I was talking about the land. That I made you pull out.
It's okay, it's just jealous bosses.
It's just what?
A jealous boss.
A jealous boss.
You can't have what I got.
Alright. What's your commander that you're running today?
Oh. I just realized. Yeah, we're recording, right?
The moment I sat down, yeah.
I'm just rambling on.
That's not normal.
I am playing Zimone, the Mystery Unraveler. Landfall. Whenever a land I control enters, manifests dread. If this is the first time the ability was resolved this turn. Otherwise, I may turn a permanent I control face up.
I remember the last time your mom manifested dread.
Yes, there was a lot of what, alcohol tokens?
Alcohol tokens?
What?
Holy crap. That's messed up, man.
I'm kidding. That's nuts.
That's not so funny.
Look, my parents are gonna watch this at all. They don't like magic. My sister, I sent her a deck. Great. It was
Don't say anything you won't regret.
what was that?
Token Triumph.
Token's Triumph.
Token Triumph. That's a pre-con starter deck, the one that they release basically every single year, religiously. A reprint. And then people say that Magic the Gathering doesn't reprint. Nobody wants these starter decks. Oh,
No, it was just that lady at the store.
It was just that one lady. I've heard that twice from a couple different people, and I know that's what they have in their training videos that like tell people like this is what you need to say because you really aren't going to reprint this. Yeah, they go in and they put an requisition into Wizards of the Coast because they have their particular licensures with Wizards of the Coast to be an authoritative reseller of Wizards of the Products games. So, like, I mean, no, there is that smoggle thing there. Would you like to cut my deck? I'm running Felix 5 Boots. I am playing an Ooze Typal, and it is oozy.
Oozy.
You could say it's a doozy. So I'll be creating a whole bunch of oozes, and I'll be consuming the world. But I am going to definitely mulligan after this, because that was garbage. As much as I like every single one of those cards that I just drew, I must mulligan. I'm running a tight mana curve on this one. I think I'm running closer to 33 lands, so I'm running a little on the tight side. And maybe a problem for me.
I probably should mulligan this. Because I'll never play half my hand.
That's okay. I don't want you to play half your hand either.
I should mulligan. It's way too risky.
Alright. I'm going to keep this hand. This hand is a good hand. Again, when we mulligan, we do free mulligans. We play friendly mulligans. That's what you lost.
No idea.
No idea what it was either. It was green, though.
I'll try this.
All right. Should we roll to see who goes first? Well, I'm not going first. I got a 2.
A 9. Wow.
All right, you get to go first.
Okay. Might as well start with Following Wilds. Sacrifice it.
Oh.
Look for basic.
I should probably actually say what Felix 5 puts. I just said I'm running Felix 5 puts and didn't even bother to actually read what he says. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. Felix 5 boots, what he says is if a creature I control deal combat damage to a player, and that, it's got Menace and Ward 2. It's the 5/4 Legendary Ooze Rogue. If a creature controlling deals combat damage to a player and causes a triggered ability of permanence I control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So basically every single time I do combat damage to you, I'll be doing lots and lots of damage. I'm going to go ahead and play Everflowing Basin, and then I'll go ahead and pass to you. That's what you lost.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to put my deck on the cards that face up. Not surprising. I'll put them upside down. Up tap. No. Draw. Sheesh. Dude, stop it. Stop it. Damn it.
Is that all you're going to do for your turn?
I wish, but you're making me do this. Okay, I play Island. I'll tap both of these. Growing Dread. When Growing Dread enters, I manifest Dread, and whenever I turn a permanent face up, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So take the top card off the library, put it face down.
2. It's Manifest Dread.
Oh, you're right. You take the top 2.
You look at the top 2 cards, put one of them face down on the library, and the other goes into your graveyard.
Right. Yeah, this one goes face down. This one goes to the grave.
Anything else?
That is all. I pass.
I'm going to untap. I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to go ahead and play Hither Lane Harbor. It's going to enter the battlefield tapped. And then I will pass.
Untap. Draw. Wow. Okay. How about let's do there's a forest. Tap a blue and 2 others. Treat to corral him. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, choose 1. You may tap or untap target creature or scry 1. I need 1 more. Well, I guess I'll just get you for 2.
Alright, I'll take 2. Anything else?
Nope, that's all. Pass.
I'm going to untap everything. I'm going to draw a card. I was hoping to be able to do this in turn 1, but it looks like I wasn't going to be able to. I'm going to play Versedent Bog. It's a land. What I'll do is then I'll tap for 1 to go ahead and tap this one to float 2 mana. I'm going to spend 1 of those to play Soul Ring. I'll tap the Soul Ring, float 2 colorless to play an Arcane Signet. I still have 1 from this, and I still have 1 from that, and I still have 1 from this. I'll go ahead and... That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I technically have 4 left to spend. So I will go ahead and spend that 4 to go ahead and cast Door of Destinies. I'm going to choose Ooze. It's so oozy. Whenever I cast a creature of this chosen type, I'm going to put a charge counter on Door of Destinies. And creatures I control of the chosen type get a +1/+1 counter for each charge counter on Door of Destinies. I then proceed to pass.
Untap. Draw. Forest. I'm going to cast my commander. And then I'll hit you for 2.
I'll take 2. I'm going to go ahead and untap everything. And I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. Then I guess I too will cast my commander. I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll spend that in order to generate this floating mana. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and... yeah, we'll have to do that for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3. Well, this generates those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, cool. Cast my commander. We'll go ahead and put a counter on this, and 5-foot Felix is now going to get a static +1/+1. And he's got Menace and Ward 2.
Okay.
And then I will pass.
I will untap. Draw. I'm going to put a Married Landscape. And that's going to cause my commander to manifest dread. I will put this one face down and put Reliquary Tower in the grave. Then I will tap 2, sacrifice Mirror Landscape. I'll put up to 2 basic land cards on that are share a land type, put on battlefield tapped. Looking for... there's an island. Otherwise, that's going to be 2 more landfalls. So I'm going to flip these 2 face downs.
What's causing you to landfall again?
Well, Mirror Landscape, I'm going to have 2 lands.
Oh, you're having 2 lands. So you'll have the one land that enters that will cause you to manifest dread. And then the second one will then cause you to flip a permanent, right?
Yep, and then otherwise, there's another one. So this will flip, revealing a Beanstalk Giant. His power toughness equals the number of lands I control. This one will flip. Oh, that's a land.
But wait, why does that one get a flip as well?
Because there's 2 lands enter.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you get a flip 2. The very first one always is a manifest dread, and the second one is always a flip.
It doesn't say the second one. It's otherwise.
Yeah. So, whenever a land enters the battlefield underneath your control, you manifest dread. If this is the very first time this ability has resolved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the very first time it resolves.
That was this one.
Okay. You played this and then tapped and sacked it?
Yep.
How could you have played this and tapped and sack it when it enters battlefield tapped?
You're right. That's what I hate about Married Landscape. Okay.
Yeah, so you play it, you'll still get to do your manifest dread, but you don't get to flip anything.
Well, then that reveals way too much that I would like. Sorry. My head hurts. Well, cut that. Sure.
Yeah, so it's always 1 landfall, manifest dread, 2 landfalls, each consecutive landfall after that, it's a flip.
Then, I guess, tap blue, green, and 2 others. Rashmi, Eternity's Crafter. When I cast my first spell each turn, I reveal the top card of the library. I may cast it without paying its mana cost if it's a spell lesser mana value. If I don't cast it, put it into the hand. Okay. It's
6/5.
Right. That's all I'm going to do. I pass.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and untap everything, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. I'm going to go ahead and play Temple Milady. It's going to enter the awful tap, and I'll scry one.
Oh, I forgot this scry.
Then I'm tapped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to go ahead and play Gonti and Kenny Inquisitor. Then I'll swing at you with a 6-5.
Take 6.
You're going to take 6, Commander? Alright. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whenever one or more creatures I control deal damage to a player, I get to look at the top card of that player's library, then exile it face down, and I may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Well, I'll do that twice. That's beautiful. I like that one. And then I will go ahead and proceed to pass to you.
Sure. Untap. Draw. Gonna have this land go into play tapped. I'm gonna have it scry one first. Well, actually. Yeah, sure, scry one. Put this at the bottom. And then manifest dredge. This face down. Put the land in the grave. Now I could sacrifice the Myriad Landscape. Shush. I don't think I could do more after this.
Alright.
I'm starting to sweat.
Alright. Sounds fine.
I'm sorry. Two islands. Cut.
There we go. Put that on the bottom.
No idea.
I don't know what it does either. It looks nasty though.
I'll flip these two. Might as well. 1/1 indestructible. Whenever giggling skitter spike attacks, blocks, or becomes the target of a spell, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. And Beanstalk Giant, power toughness equal to the number of lands I control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Whenever I turn a permanent face up, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Alright, so you're going to put a +1/+1 counter on each of those.
Yeah. These ones. Oh, here it is. I will then giggling skitter spike has summoning sickness. And I'll swing an 8/8 Beanstalk Giant.
I'll take 8.
Pass.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and untap everything, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. I'm going to go ahead and play a land for turn. I'll play this land. It enters the battlefield tapped unless I control an island, which I don't. So it's going to enter the battlefield tapped. And then what I'm going to do is I'll tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, and tap that in order to go ahead and cast an ooze. So oozy. At the beginning of my turn, I get to choose one. Or at the beginning of combat on my turn, I get to choose one. I can cloak a card from my hand or put a +1/+1 counter on each colorless creature I control. Then I will go ahead and tap for... I'm going to tap for 2. And I'm going to play Siphon Insight. I'm going to exile the top 2 cards of your library. Or I get to look at the top 2 cards of target opponent's library. Exile one of them face down, but the other on the bottom of their library. I'll exile that one face down, and I'll put this one on the bottom of your library.
Let me guess. It's a land. Oh. Who knows? I don't know.
And I may play the exile cards for as long as they remain in exile. May spend mana as though any mana of any color in order to cast those spells. Each one of these oozes get a static +2/+2 because of Door of Destinies. So this is going to cause Felix to go up, causing Felix to be a 7/6. Then I'm going to go ahead and move on to the end of... I'm going to go ahead and move on to... Oh, actually, I'm going to tap the rest of my mana. There we go. There was one other thing I was missing before I move on to combat. And I'm going to go ahead and play Trail of Mystery. Whenever a face-down creature I control enters, I may search my library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it into my hand and then shuffle. Whenever a permanent I control is turned face up, if it's a creature, it gains +2/+2 until end of turn. Because I have this cloak creature, I'm going to go ahead and cloak a card from my hand at the beginning of combat. We'll go ahead and cloak this card. It's a colorless creature, and it's going to have Mysterious Creature. It's going to be a 2/2 and has Ward 2. And I will go ahead and search my library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it into my hand, and then shuffle. I'm going to search my library for any basic land. We'll search my library for that island there. There we go. Would you like to cut? All right. What are your blockers?
I have a 2/2 indestructible, 2/2 face down, my 3/3 commander, and a 2/3 other.
I'm going to swing at you with a 7/6 with menace.
Black, my face down, and a 2/2 indestructible.
Your face down will die. Yeah. My creature will live.
Since you block, or my giggling skitter spike blocked, it's dealing 2 damage to you.
All right.
Right.
And then I will pass.
Okay. Untap. Draw. I'm going to one, two, three. A green and 2 others anyway. It doesn't matter. I'll do Scroll of Fate. I can tap it, manifest card from my hand. Put that face down from my hand. Then I will tap green and 2 others. To play Beast Within. I want to destroy that and give you a 3/3 green beast creature token.
Alright.
Let's see here. You got it.
I do.
I was like, there's at least.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we'll take that. Anything else?
I will pass.
All right.
Oh, I forgot trigger. Reveal. It is not 3 or less, so it just goes to my hand.
All right. My turn?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and untap everything. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. I'm going to play an island for turn. And then I'm going to tap for 1, 2. We're going to go 3. We'll go 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and cast an ooze. So oozy. We get another ooze out. We're going to go ahead and put +1 there. So this is going to get a static +3/+3. This is going to get a static +3/+3. And then we'll go ahead and get another static 3/3. And then we'll tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. To go ahead and cast this guy.
Wow.
How?
The creature that does that is gone.
Because the creature, it wasn't a creature that did that. The creature that doesn't do anything. This was how I got that card. As long as it remains exiled, I may cast it. And even if it was from this guy, as long as it remains exiled, I may cast it. Even if he's on the battlefield or off the battlefield. Your card just has to remain in exile for me to cast it. Okay, and he's going to get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to be a +6/+6. And then I'm going to go ahead and move on to combat. And when I move on to combat, I'll go ahead and put this card face down. When I do so, I'll get to search my library for a basic land card and put it into my hand and then shuffle. I'm going to put that into my hand. All right. I don't have another one of these mysterious creature card reminder cards, so we will go ahead and do... Actually, let me see if I got another one. I don't. So we're going to put this over here to remind ourselves of its text, like that. But I do have 2 of these on the battlefield. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to combat, and I'll swing at you with an 8/7 with Menace.
Okay. I will black the 8/8 and my 2/2.
I'll assign all 8 of my damage to your 8/8 and kill your 8/8.
Okay.
My 8/7 will die. It's my commander. We'll go back to the command zone. And then I will pass for turn.
I'll untap. Draw. Tap, 2 green, 1 other. Play Huntwood Shrieker. That's the first spell, so I'll reveal. It is not 3 or less, so it just goes to my hand. I will tap a green and 1 for this activated ability. I will reveal this face down permanent. If it's a creature card, I may turn it face up. That is Shriekwood, Devourer, it's Trample. Whenever I attack with 1 or more creatures, untap up to X land, where X is the greatest power among those creatures.
Cool.
I will then tap the Scroll of Fate. I will manifest this card from my hand. I'm just going to attack with my 2/2 indestructible.
I'll block your 2/2 indestructible with my 3/3.
Right, you'll take 2 damage.
All right, I'll lose 2. Anything else?
No. That's
All right, I'm going to go ahead and untap everything, and then I'm going to go ahead and draw a card.
Oh, I get to untap 2 cards. 2 lands. That's all.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and play a forest. Then I'm going to go ahead and tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This gets a +1.
6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'll tap for 7. I'm going to cast Mind's Dilation. Whenever an opponent casts a very first spell on each of their turns, I exile the top card of their library. If it's a non-land card, I may cast it without paying its mana cost. I'll then go ahead and proceed to move on to combat. I'm going to go ahead and play this face down. It's going to be one of these 3/3s. Let me double check these real quick. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and tap for 3 mana. To go ahead and flip this card face over. Flip this one face over. He can't be blocked. Whenever he leaves the battlefield, he'll deal X damage to target player, and I gain X life, where X is its power. So this guy can't be blocked. And I'll swing at you with a 2/2 that can't be blocked.
Okay. I take 2.
And then what I will do is I'm going to tap this, and I'm going to sacrifice Mutilini. When I do so, I'm going to search my library for a card with mana value 7. And then put that card onto the battlefield. I search my library for that value. This is going to go to your graveyard.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use his ability, the green and one other to return 2 lands I control to the owner's hand and return him to my hand.
I'm going to play Brainstealer Dragon. It's flying. It's a 6/6. It's a dragon horror. The horror. I'll move on to the beginning of my end step, and then each player exiles the top card of their library. Here, I'll let you cut first. And then I get to cast any of those spells without paying their mana cost. And then whenever non-land permanent opponent enters the battlefield underneath my control this way, they lose life equal to its mana value. That would make you lose 4 life. And then, at the beginning of each opponent... This, because it happens on that, I don't get it. But creatures I control have tapped to add a force mana.
What? When they go to exile, you cast them for free?
Yeah.
Or what?
And then when a non-land permanent you control would enter the battlefield underneath my control, I lose life you lose life equal to its mana value.
Okay.
No oozes has entered, so I don't get to proc my ooze thing, but then I will proceed to pass to you.
At your end step, I'm going to tap a green and one other. So I have this faced up. It is a creature, so it is turned face up.
Alright. What allowed you to only pay 2 to turn it face up?
This one. Reveal target face down.
Oh, if it's a creature, it just turns face up. Cool.
And since it turned face up, it gets a +1/+1. I will draw. I will play a forest. Manifest Dread.
Oh, sorry. When this attacked, it turned face up. You were supposed to lose 2 more life because it got +2/+2 from this trigger. Sorry.
Put this one face down. This in the grave. Cultivate.
Is that a spell you're casting?
No. I had to manifest that dread.
Oh.
I will then monstrosity, the giggly skitter spike, so it'll get 5 +1/+1s. And then I will tap Scroll of Fate.
And you haven't cast any spells this turn.
Nope. Manifest that card from my hand. And go to combat. I will then attack with Giggling Giddle Spike and Hydra.
Alright.
That's it.
Okay. I'm going to block your Hydra with a 3/3, and then I'll block your 2/2. Or is it
a 7/7?
It's a 7/7 now?
Yes.
How did he get so many +1/+1 counters? How did it go from a 2/2 to 7/7?
Tap a 5, make him monstrous.
Oh, okay. So he's a 7/7. Okay. I'm gonna block with a 2/2 and a 3/3 on both of them.
Okay.
Neither one of them have trample or anything, yeah?
No. You're gonna take 7 damage anyway. Because he got blocked.
It's equal to its power that it deals it?
Yes.
Oh, then I won't even block it. I'll just let it go through.
Well, you're still gonna take 7.
Yeah, I'll take 7 either way. So if I'm gonna take 7 either way, I'll just let it go through. I won't lose a creature over it.
Since 8 power was the greatest among the attackers, I get to untap 8 land.
Alright.
Well then... I will tap... Let's see... 2 green and 4 others.
Are you casting a spell?
I'm casting a creature.
I gotta cast this without paying its mana cost. It does not enter the battlefield tapped.
You didn't want to let me have my trigger first?
No, mine happens on yours. The moment you cast it, mine happens. So your EBT happens afterwards.
Mine also happens when I reveal the top.
Is it a cast? Is yours on trigger on cast?
Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, reveal the top card of your library. You may cast it without paying its mana cost if it's a spell less than 6.
You want the land? That's what you get. But then mine will still trigger.
It goes to my hand.
It goes to your hand? Okay, well, then I get this one for free. When this enters the battlefield, it enters the battlefield with 5 slumber counters on it. Alright.
Okay. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He is 11.
Alright. Anything else? Oh, I did cast your card. You're going to lose 4 life.
Okay. That's all.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and untap everything. I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I need to make sure. Oh, yeah, I got we're good. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to tap all 5 of these. And I'm going to cast Aurane Frostfang. Attacking creatures I control have Death Touch. Whenever a creature I control deals combat damage to a player, I get to draw a card. And then... we'll tap 1, 2. I'm going to remove 2 of these counters because I've cast 2 spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll tap for 7. And we'll go ahead and cast Felix. He's an ooze. This will go up. All my oozes will go up. They're going to get +4/+4 statically. Then I don't see any reason why not to do this. Well, I guess... yeah, we'll do this. We're going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to tap 5. We're going to turn this guy face up. Whenever a horror creatures I control have menace, whenever a horror I control deals combat damage to a player, I may have that player mill that many cards, and at the beginning of each end step, I get to choose a target creature card from among them, and if a card was put into the graveyard this turn, I get to put that onto the battlefield underneath my control. I'm going to move on to the beginning of my combat. I don't have any cards in my hand to go ahead and put down on the battlefield, but I did have a creature turn face up. This is now going to be a 5/8 until at a turn. Attacking creatures I control do have Death Touch. I'll go ahead and swing this guy at you.
I'd have to take it. Something cool.
And then I will swing the 5/8 at you with Death Touch. It's also got Menace.
5.
Menace and Death Touch.
I'll take the 7.
You're going to take the 7? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to have you mill 5 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Can I see them? I gotta look at them because I'm going to put one onto the battlefield underneath my control. I'm going to pick this guy. He's going to be a 6/6. He's going to manifest Dread for me. He's going to enter the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters on him. He is a beast. And then I'll look at the top 2 cards of my library. Put one into my graveyard and the other one onto the battlefield. Tapped. Or put it onto the battlefield. We'll put this guy onto the battlefield. I'll go into my graveyard. I'll move on to my end step. I'm going to exile the top card of each of our libraries.
Reveal.
Yeah. They go onto the battlefield underneath my control. And then...
Which one did that?
that guy. The dragon.
Happens every end step?
Every end step. At the beginning of my end step, at each end step. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, on each upkeep, this guy, he's going to manifest Dread. So I'll go ahead and pass for turn after I did all my end step triggers. I was supposed to put a plus... I didn't I did actually... I didn't at the beginning of combat. But it's not going to change very much. So I'll go ahead and manifest Dread. I'm going to manifest the top card of your library at the beginning of your upkeep.
Yep. Manifest. Different from manifest Dread.
Yes, manifest is different from manifest Dread. Whereas he's manifesting. And I do have the... Actually, you know what? I have the manifest reminder card. I'll use the manifest reminder card. So there's the manifest. I mean, I think the manifest Dread is still, like, manifested. Yeah. But it's still technically a manifested creature, so it doesn't have, like, the ward like the cloak does. But, I mean, it's still a thing. I did not cast any permanents. Any creatures that you controlled, so that didn't help me. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and I'll pass. Priority.
Okay. Untap.
Oh, colorless creatures enter the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters. Not him. Colorless creatures. Here, so there we go. Those are the colorless creatures that entered.
I'll have this land go into play. I control a forest or an island, so it doesn't go untapped. I'll manifest Dread. This will go face down. And
I search my library for 2 basic land cards from that end step trigger.
I have the island.
Go into my hand. Would you like to cut my deck?
I will then...
My oozing board state. You do get to see the lands I searched for. I searched for a forest and a swamp.
Okay. Tap green, one other. Reveal. It is a creature. Nope, actually that is not a creature. It looked like a creature. Tap green and one other. This is a creature. Turns face up. When it manifests top card of my library, I don't do that. Whenever a permanent I control is turned face up, if it's a creature, I may have it fight target creature I don't control. And it also gets +1/+1. 5, 6.
Yeah, everything's like 7, man.
I'll have it fight. Just have it fight that.
Alright, so will I.
We'll tap green and 2 others. And I'll discard Great Tanuki. I search my library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle.
Inactivated ability.
Mm-hmm. Tapped. That'll trigger my commander. This will go face up. It's an enchantment. Whenever face down, creature I control enters. Draw a card. And when they came from the pipes enters, manifest strike twice. It's already entered. Cut if you like.
Alright. There you go. That's what you lost. The Soul Ring.
I will tap scroll feet. I will this one face down from my hand. Manifested from my hand. I will then
What are you trying to do?
what I'm trying to do is just swing with the 7/7.
Alright. It's a 7/7 you said?
Indestructible, yes.
And I'm going to take 7 no matter what, so I'll just take the 7.
I'm going to untap 7 lands, because that is the greatest power among the attackers. I will then second main phase, tap green, blue, and 3.
Are you casting a spell?
I am casting a level 5 creature, revealing it is not 5 or less, so I will add it to my hand.
Okay. I'll go ahead and cast this. You're going to lose 2 life.
Okay. And tap green and one other. This reveal, it is a creature. It flips. You get a +1/+1, and it will fight. It's a 6/7. I will have it fight your captain.
All right. Captain will die. Anything else?
Nope, that is all. Pass.
Cool. I'm going to go ahead and untap everything.
Oh, I forgot this. Landfall Scry.
Oh, this is going to go down to 2.
Scry. Stupid.
And then I'll draw a card. I'm going to go ahead and play Forest. I'm going to tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to tap for 7. I'm going to cast a spell causing this to go down 1. I'm going to exile all creatures.
Exile all creatures.
I'm exiling all creatures.
Okay.
Face down, up, not face down, face up, face down. Doesn't matter. I'm exiling all of them.
Mm-hmm.
In response to this going like this, I'm going to go ahead and tap this, sacrifice this, and search my library for a card. And I'm going to go ahead and put that card onto the battlefield. It's got to be a mana value of 7. Which I have 1. So another one. Where is it? This guy. I think that's the one. Yeah. Yep, that's the one. I'm going to exile them all. Okay. And I'll keep all these in exile because I get to cast them whenever I feel like.
What? What's the spell?
Exile all creature cards for each card exiled this way. I may play those cards for as long as they remain to exile. And mana of any type can be used to cast those spells to exile this card.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know why I have a random swamp over here.
You said it was all creatures.
All creatures.
So yours too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm exiling all my creatures. I'm exiling these. These are creatures. And I may cast these spells. It says spells. That's the cool part. This guy's not a creature. Yet. My commander will go to exile. Where would you like to send your commander?
Well, I sent it to the command zone.
Alright. Now I got a whole lot of mana left here. We'll tap 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 because that's all I need in order to cast my commander because it's not in the command zone. We'll cast this. This will cause us to go up. My commander now is a 5/5. And then I'll tap the rest of this mana. Oh, that was going to turn him into a creature. He, because that is, I'm not going to cast that. Because, let's see, do I have anything in here that I can cast? I do. I'll tap this. And I'll go ahead and cast, whenever Shrieker attacks, Manifest Dread. I do have a non-summon sickness creature. I'm going to swing at you for 12.
Why is he not considered a creature?
Because when I cast this, he had 1 counter left on him, 1 slumber counter. So he was not a creature, and he was untapped. Then I spent some of my mana to cast my commander. I had 3 lands left, which allowed me to cast this. But this was the one that turned it into a creature, not this. So he turned into a creature. He didn't have summoning sickness because he's been on the battlefield forever. And then I went ahead and swung at you for 12.
Alright.
And now my other creatures are not on the battlefield, so I can't do anything with the Manifest Dread or anything about. But I'll still, every single time you cast a spell, I will go ahead and proceed to exile the top card of your library. And then I'll pass.
Nope, I scoop.
Scoop. All right.
Because all I have is sandworm convergence. It's not going to work.
Nah, I'm not swinging at you with flying.
Well, of course. Although you even know you have menace. 1/5/5 worm isn't going to help.
No, not exactly. But, whoo, that was a lucky draw. Whoo! I needed that draw so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were about ready to wreck me. There you go. That's yours as well.
Yes.
I think had you had one more turn, you would have killed me.
Power temper equal to number of lands I control, non-token creatures I control, higher force lands in addition to the other types. Yeah, that would have been interesting for the next creature. Because I manifest, draw a card, can play it, which would have been next card. Oh, not a creature. Dumb.
It was definitely going to be 8. It was definitely 8 taking 7 damage just because you decided to go ahead and attack with that creature. And it didn't matter whether I blocked or whether I didn't block, I was going to take 7.
Yes. Well, he's definitely better when he's monstrous.
He'd be a great card to proliferate.
If I could. Oh, gee. Oh, really? That's bull crap.
What were you going to get?
You would have got the god.
Oh,
You
nice!
would have got the god.
I would have loved to have that. Flying indestructible. You got some indestructible. I don't have any indestructible in this deck. I have just theft. I'll take your stuff. That's all I got in this deck. This is ooze tribal. And the worst part is because you were playing Manifest Dread, you made me Manifest Dread all my typal synergy so that everything became ooze.
Nice.
So you did me taking your Manifest Dread wasn't exactly helpful. It just
Well, I just got rid of like the main staples from other decks, which was your pirate, horror, whatever.
I was kind of surprised you went after that one.
Because I don't like having you mill me so you can take my stuff anyway. And I don't know how many other horrors you have, but...
So a lot of the oozes happen to be horrors. So like if we look at this, so here's ooze. We got Felix. He's not a horror himself, but let's go ahead and find some of the oozes that are. Here we go.
And I was pretty sure...
I wanted to play this one, but I never got around to the Moneybuys, the revered one.
And that dog shark. I thought it was going to get stronger every time you hit me.
The dog shark?
Yes. The unblockable dog shark.
I didn't think it did. Here, I'll double check, because I didn't think it got stronger. It said it just got, I could have misread it.
Because I have that one in a different deck, which I use it to hit people hard.
So there's an ooze horror, it's the Ochelon.
Okay.
I think it's just because I had a lot of things that just made them all the same type. Yeah, it looks like I just have a bunch of just standard oozes. But I do have an ooze horror in here. I think I had another ooze horror that I was going to do as a swap out. But there's an elf ooze wizard. I think I played 2 elf ooze wizards. This one was like really helpful because even though I gave you your card back, it allowed me to pull out these guys, which was really helpful. No, it's when he leaves the battlefield, he'll deal damage equal to his power. But he doesn't actually get more powerful. He just stays at 2/2. He just can't be blocked.
So I would have died anyway then.
Yeah, you would have taken 2. You would have taken 2 when you killed him.
No, it just left the battlefield.
No, I thought you had your creature deal damage to it, so I forgot that trigger.
Oh yeah, I fight it.
I was supposed to gain 2 life, and you were supposed to lose 2 life.
I had to fight.
You did have it fight. Stealing that one enchantment from you where I had colorless permanents enter the battlefield allowed me to search my library for a land card. That really helped me out. Oh my gosh, because I was starving for land, and because I was at 33 land, but just stealing that card from you, and I had this on the battlefield, I could just cloak my cards. And I did look up cloak. Cloak is a lot like the disguise and the manifest. As long as it's a creature, I get to turn it face up by paying its mana cost.
It's better because you get ward 2.
Yeah, so I had that enchantment. I was playing cloaked creatures, which are unknown colorless creatures, face down, which allowed me to search my library for lands. And every single time I did that, it was basically guaranteeing my land drops. And then I get to put a +1/+1 counter on each colorless creature. I should have done this on the one trigger, but it was a miss trigger, so I just let it go. But you should have taken another 2 points. I should have gone into combat, declared my horror as a creature token, put a +1/+1 counter on him, and then transformed him, because I can do that at activated speed.
Did you have to pay also the actual 3 for every cloaking?
I don't pay 3 to cloak. I just cloak it.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
It's not. This isn't a pay. When you have an ability, there are cards that are printed that just say like cloak a permanent in your hand. You just put it onto the battlefield. Cloak is like if you have an activated ability cloak attached to the card that says pay 3 mana. You may cast this card by paying 3 mana instead and turning it face down. That's different. This is just saying you just take the card, you put it on the battlefield face down. It's a lot like Manifest in that sense.
Okay.
Which is why this is which is why it's mythic.
Yeah.
And it was really nice because if I manifested something I didn't like or yours didn't really help me, I could always sacrifice it to search my library for something I actually liked.
It was a good combination.
I did not realize how good the Elf Ooze Wizard or Vanafair Evolved Enigma or Prime Speaker of Vanafair. I didn't realize how good these guys were together because every single time I played them before, they didn't really synergize this well with each other. And I was debating about whether or not I really should have had my Ooze tribal deck actually include them. But everywhere was saying, like, no, you should have definitely include them. They don't deal any combat damage like Felix does. But I feel like it messes with the board enough. This deck messes with the board enough that they become actually quite beneficial, just in case somebody gives me garbage.
Well, you give yourself garbage. It depends on how you want to use it.
Yeah, I get your garbage from the top of your deck, and I gotta decide whether I didn't even really get like my indestructible oozes. Actually, I do have some indestructible oozes. I was disappointed I didn't get any of them out because they actually get more counters, and I put counters on all my oozes every single time they attack and deal combat damage, and I would have been able to dub that with the Felix 5-foot boot. It did really hurt when you got rid of my exile from the top of your library card. Every single time I dealt combat damage to you, because this was like helping out significantly.
Yeah, I still think this commander is definitely better. I don't like this one. Depending on how many
Can you see the other one?
creatures have flash. If it's like even or odd, I think it just adds +1/+1s onto it.
Right.
But I definitely liked having...
Is this just the precon, or is this one modified?
This is just precon, it's not modified.
It's not modified.
So, if you liked it, there it is.
That's what it is precon. Well, we're going to do a switch?
And if you want... I liked this rush me. First spell you cast, free cast off the top of library. Except you did the same thing, and I didn't like that.
I did the same thing. Casting off the top of your library. Yeah, that was great.
You're definitely going to need to mana weave that because I went through most of the land.
Had I known, I should have actually had you play Caitlyn's because Caitlyn's has some of the Simic Ascendancy stuff in it. So there we are. I was hoping that you would actually swung harder, because had you swung, I would have blocked with your creatures that I was manifesting, and then they would have died, causing you to lose life. But you never swung. You never swung big. You only swung the 7/7, and it was like...
It's because...
Alright. I was like, I'm not entirely certain if I'm ready for these to go quite yet, and so, like, I don't know.
Because if they swung, I know they would have died to death touch that I saw in your field.
Oh, no, those are only on attacking creatures. My creatures have to attack in order for them to get the death touch.
Attacking creature you control has a death touch. Whenever a creature you control deals damage to player.
I gotta draw a card.
Oh, I see.
And I actually forgot the draw trigger, too. So I was actually supposed to draw a whole bunch of cards and never did. There were so many triggers I forgot. Those triggers were so intertwined with each other. It was all over the place. I just kept on forgetting them. I forgot so many triggers. I should have had so many cards in my hand.
The problem was, if I attacked with everything, I know I was going to be losing creatures that was most beneficial not to be attacking. Like my flipper creature.
Yeah.
Flipping everything.
Yeah, because then you would have been handing it off to me.
Yes.
And instead I got to exile them and play them anyways.
Well, you still cast it anyway. I don't know why. That's fine.
I mean, I was going to cast the... I was going to get the draw triggers out, and had you managed to survive beyond that, I was going to start trying to get the draw triggers from dealing combat damage to you, and then trying to start flipping things. So that was the idea, is that... I ended up casting that guy anyways. But yeah, it really hurt getting rid of Gonti from me. That made me sad. Gonti.
Because I just returned him from the grave?
No, Gonti was the one that was allowing me to exile cards on top of your library.
Oh, okay.
And play them on your behalf.
Well, if you tutored for that dang dragon that just, hey, I'm going to take everything from both of our top of libraries.
Yeah, each player exiles, and whenever an opponent's creature enters the battlefield underneath their control, you may, that target opponent loses life equal to the mana value.
Yeah, I missed a few draw triggers because I was supposed to get a draw every time I manifested.
Yeah, that dragon is, that dragon's pretty nice. I didn't realize that dragon was in that deck. But it's also expensive as H in order to cast. It was a 7 mana cost. I ended up getting 2 7 mana cost creatures on the battlefield from that, so it was like, holy frick, okay, we're good. We're golden. I think I'm going to keep this hand. Did you want to go first this time? I don't know if everybody saw, but the sleeves are ooze for my ooze typal deck.
Mine are just normal Dragon Shield.
I haven't ever seen this art from Dragon Shield. That's a pretty cool art, though.
Yeah, well, it's alright, I guess.
It looks like it's got like a demon chick on a dragon scale throne or something.
Yeah, holding a headless man for some reason.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know. Personally, I'm just trying to figure out how to get that consistent syrup smell. I really want that.
It has it. It looks like this in the beginning. How old are these sleeves?
It's been a few months.
It's starting to have it.
Maybe it's just me. I can't smell. I'm too stuffed up, sick, and headache. I'm sorry. So much misplays. You can drill me later. Get it in the comments. I don't. Sheesh. Having a hard time just keeping these in my hand. Can't do this. Ah.
All right. That's what you lost. Yeah, that's a good one.
You can,
but that's expensive.
If you want, you can go first.
You want me to go first?
Technically, that deck lost.
Technically, that deck lost. If you want, we can always roll for it.
Yeah, we could roll for it. If you want.
All right, I got a 4.
Well, I got 4.
I'll roll again.
An 8.
I got 13. Looks like I'm going first. I'll go ahead and play Evolving Wilds, tap and sack it, search my library for forest, and put it onto the battlefield tap, then I'll pass.
Yeah, I guess I'll keep this. Evolving Wilds.
I did not want to play that early. I was hoping to get the draw. But it was too late.
Personally, I thought Mirrored Landscape was a great land, and then realizing I don't like it.
Mirrored Landscape is actually really good in this one just because it's a landfall deck.
Yes, because you get 2 lands.
You get 2 lands, so you get to put a card onto the battlefield, and then you get to turn it face up. Because they're still considered 2 separate triggers.
I am going to play a swamp, and then pass.
I'm going to untap everything. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. Definitely. I'm going to go ahead and play an island. I'm going to tap for 2 to go ahead and play Overgrown Zealot. I can tap it to add 1 mana of any color, and tap it to add 2 mana of any color, but only to turn cards that are face down, face up, and that'll pass.
Draw. I will. Woodland Cemetery comes into play untapped because I have a swamp.
So you're getting all the untapped lands, but for whatever reason, I got the lands that I couldn't tap for any mana because I had to pay a mana to tap them.
Well, sorry. I will pass.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and untap everything. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. I'm going to go ahead and play an island. Then I'll tap 1, 2, 3, 4 in order to go ahead and cast my commander. And then I will go ahead and pass.
Wow. Draw. He's ramping already. I'm going to have Farida Descent Bog. That's pretty much a mana fix. Pay 1 to get a black-green. I will tap, get 3 mana, play Dark Steel Ingot, and I will pass.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and untap everything. Oh, I forgot to reset the life totals. We're just going and I'm just not changing the life totals. Here we go.
Reset.
I think it's better when you start at that life total though.
Sure.
So I'm going to go ahead and untap everything. I'll draw a card. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and play a forest. It's the very first time I've played a forest, so I'll go ahead and manifest Dread. We'll put that guy onto the battlefield, and we'll put the other one into my graveyard.
Get a land. He threw away a land.
Then I'll go ahead and tap... I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, and 4 to go ahead and cast Rush Me, Eternities. Whenever I cast my very first spell during each of my turns, I get to reveal the top card of my library. I may cast it without paying its mana cost. If it's a mana value less than... If it's a spell with lesser mana value, I don't cast it and put it into my hand. So I'll reveal it. It is lesser mana value will go into my hand. And then I will... You're open, aren't you?
Yes.
I'll swing at you with a 3/3 commander.
I take 3.
I'll pass to you.
I'll untap. Draw. I'm going to pay black and 3 others. Play Ushulan.
Not you. Okay. I'm going to tap this in response, and I'm going to search my library with Ash Barrens for basically and put it into my battlefield. Or put it into my hand, not the battlefield.
Yeah, I'm going to also have a land going to play tapped because I don't have 2 basics.
There's my forest I searched for.
Do you have a creature in your graveyard?
I do not. I have lands.
Okay.
Does it say you have to exile a creature, or do you say you exile a card?
Exile up to 1 target creature card from an opponent's graveyard. If I do, make a copy of Ucholan. That, it's at the end step.
Alright.
Power is the number of oozes I control.
Alright.
I pass.
Do you have the manifest reminder cards?
Oh.
You
Oozes, crabs, and or horrors I control.
I'm going to untap everything, and I'll go ahead and draw a card. I want to play a forest return. I'll manifest dread. Put that card in my graveyard. It is a manifested card. I'll go ahead and tap for 1, 2. I'm going to tap it for 2 blue. Then I'll tap for 2 green. Then I'm going to tap this blue in order to go ahead and pay the cost to go ahead and flip this guy face up.
Oh, I think I messed up.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap for 2 more, and then I'm going to go ahead and tap him because he doesn't have Summoning Sickness. I'll go ahead and tap him. I'll return him to my hand, and I reveal the top 4 cards in my library, put a land card from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest into my graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4. What the frick? I'll put the rest.
What?
I just put them all into my graveyard. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. None of them were.
Oh no!
So this goes to my hand, but I will go ahead and return these 2 lands to my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To go ahead and actually, I'm not going to do that. Not yet. And I haven't cast any spells this turn. So I'll tap. No, I won't do that yet. I'll just go ahead and pass.
All right. I'll untap. Draw.
On your turn, I will go ahead and do this. I'm going to tap for 2, and I'm going to return this to my hand. And return these to my hand.
Sure you will.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'll do black, blue, and 3. There's Captain,
And now you guys have Menace, don't they?
Yes.
I got a 3/3 and a 2/3.
3/3 and a 2/3. And he is only a 2/4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my end step. Can I see your grief or something?
You're trying to look for a creature? There's only one creature. That's the only one.
Wow, it's an exile. At the beginning of my end step, choose target artifact or creature card in opponent's graveyard that was put there from the library this turn.
None more?
Another. Okay.
With the Echelon, doesn't he do something else? You exile one of my creatures, right?
Oh, and create a copy of him.
Do you create just one copy or a copy for each Horde you control?
If you do, create a token that's a copy of Uchalon.
Oh, okay.
So there's 2 Uchalons.
And they get +X+0 for each.
Plus, it gets the power of how many crabs, oozes, and or horrors I control. So
which is currently 3.
3/3.
So they're going to get +3 +0. Cool. I'm going to untap everything, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a card for turn. I'm going to go ahead and play Forest. When I play a Forest, I'll Manifest Dread. I'm going to put that one onto the battlefield, and I'll go ahead and put that into my graveyard. Then I'm going to tap for 1, 2 to go ahead and play Ishiki Sokai Visionary. And then I'll pay an additional 2 to go ahead and return them to my hand and then reveal the top 4 cards 1, 2, 3, and 4. Put a land from among them onto the battlefield, which I will. And put the rest into my graveyard. I'll put the rest of these into my graveyard. When another land enters the battlefield, I'll flip a card face up. I'll face up. I see Tyrant of Gyre Strait and may pay an additional land on each of my turns. Whenever a land enters the battlefield into my control, I may draw a card. So then I'll go ahead and play an additional land on my turn, and then that's going to go ahead and cause me to turn another creature face up. We'll turn that guy face up. He's a 2/3 with flying. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you destroy target artifact or enchantment that player controls. Which I'm pretty sure your only artifact or enchantment is indestructible, isn't it?
It is indestructible.
And then I'm going to tap 1, 2, and 3. Oh, I was supposed to reveal the top card of my library when I cast this guy. It's not going to change anything. We'll cast this. I'll do it on this. Reveal goes into my hand. It's got. I may cast it without paying mana cost if it has lesser mana value. So I'll put it onto my battlefield rather than into my hand, and that'll cause me to then turn another permanent face up, which I don't. But it is landfall. Whenever I choose to, I may tap or untap a target creature I control. I'll go ahead and untap this, and then I will go ahead and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go ahead and tap for 1, 2 to go ahead and cast this guy. And then I will go ahead and since he was already on the battlefield and this guy was already on the battlefield, they do not have summon sickness. What's the power toughness of your creatures?
I have a 3/4 and a 3/6.
3/4 and a 3/6. Are they +0 +3?
What?
The oozes. What's their base power toughness?
It starts as a star 4.
Oh, so it is just a 3/3, a 3/4.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and swing at you in the air with this one. You have an indestructible artifact.
Yes.
That will be the one that gets targeted, and then Yeah, I'll just swing at you with just that guy.
I take 2 damage.
2 damage. Cool. I will pass to you.
Untap. Draw. Play Forest. Wow. Dang it. I am... I guess I do have that. That's it. Blue, black. One other.
Oh, I knew I was missing trigger. I was supposed to draw a card for the landfall. And that's why I was missing the card.
Play Thief of Sanity. It's flying. Whenever Thief Sanity deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of that player's library. Exile one of them face down, then put the rest into the grave. May cast that card for as long as it means exiled. Man of any type. A 2/3, a 3/3,
A 5/5.
and at the end, it's what?
A 1/3. 1/3, 5/5, 2/3, 2/3, 3/3, and a 0/4.
I will go to end step. I'd like to see your grave.
That's the only creature that's in it.
Alright, well, these just go to exile. I can't cast those.
Yeah. Here, I'll put them there. That's my exile pile, technically.
Yes. And then I'll make another ooze crab horror. That's all. I pass.
Alright, I'll go ahead and untap everything. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. I think the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tap for 2. And I'm going to return him to my hand. When I do so, I'm going to look at the top 4 cards in my library. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to reveal a land card from among them and put it onto the battlefield. I'll put that card onto the battlefield. And the rest into my graveyard. That will then cause me to manifest dread. I'll look at the top 2 cards in my library. I'll put one of them face down and the other into my graveyard. Then what I'm going to do...
Oh.
is I'll tap for... I'm going to cast this guy. I'm going to tap for 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to cast the spell. When I unlock this door, I'm going to manifest dread and then put 2 +1/+1 counters and a trample counter on a creature. So I'll put 2+1/+1 counters and a trample counter on this creature, so that will be the +2/+2. Then I'm going to go ahead and put, this is going to be the trample counter. And then I'll manifest Dread.
You manifest Dread, then you put +1/+1 and trample on it.
Oh, on that creature. So we'll do that creature then.
There you go.
So it will have the, you're right, it does say on it. Gosh dang it. There's the Soul Ring going to the graveyard. And then I'll tap for 2. We'll exile the horror creature guy. Or, no. Let's see, what's the power toughness of this guy?
What's a 2/2?
Does he have menace?
No.
Alright.
He's a specter, not a horror.
I'll go ahead and exile that guy still. You'll go ahead and manifest the top card of your library. This side is the locked side. I'll move on to combat. Actually, I'm not going to move on to combat. I'll just end there. I'll pass.
Okay. Untap. Draw. I'm going to tap green and one other. Tower Winder. I'm going to look for my library for a command tower, put it into my hand, and I'm going to play it. Wherever command tower is.
Oh, I forgot to mention. Command tower's not in there.
What's the point of having it?
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Wow.
You put that card in there and just don't put a command tower in it. I thought that would be funny AF.
Command tower goes onto the field. As my one land play.
It shouldn't consume a land drop. Or does it say goes to your hand?
It goes to my hand.
Oh, and then you're playing it for your one land.
And then I shuffle. And you may cut.
Alright, that's what you lost.
I don't know what it was, but whatever.
It looked big, it looked scary, belonged on the bottom of the library.
Okay then. Tap green and green and 3 others for a consuming blob. Don't have anything in my grave, so it's just staying at 0/1.
Can I see the card?
Beginning my end step, I get another 0/1 consuming blob. Would have been nicer if you killed the captain instead of exiled him. And you still got your flyer.
I still got my flyer, my 2/3.
I'm gonna go to end step. Can I see your grave?
Yeah, you looking for creatures?
Yes. Can I get 3 of them?
Oh, you're exiling 3? Well, there's only 3. You're exiling all 3?
Okay.
Freaking gay. All right.
There's now 6 Uchulans.
All right. Anything else?
Nope. That's all. And there's also another consuming blob.
I'm going to untap everything, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a card.
And get some dice here. So I need more dice. I don't know what I'm doing. There. This is your die. Just make sure. Yeah. 2 consuming blobs, that are just 0 ones.
I'm going to tap for 1, 2, and 3. I better just get this out on the road with. We're going to tap 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to go ahead and play Hauntwood Shrieker. It has an activated ability that I can do right now.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and tap 1 and 2. We're going to flip this guy face up. Whenever I attack with one or more creatures, I get to untap X lands, where X is the greatest power among those creatures.
I think I'm having a problem here now. It's pretty much just doubled his land, so great. Well, if he really wants to attack with it, I have Reach Death Touch.
You have a Reach Death Touch?
I do.
Which one's the Reach Death Touch?
The Tower Winder. It's a 1/1.
Can I see it?
That's what gave me my command tower.
Cool. I'll tap for 3. I'll discard this. I'm going to return Reality Shift. I'll tap this. We'll go ahead and exile that.
The Tower Winder?
Yeah.
Wow.
You get a Manifest Dread.
I get a Manifest Dread?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
I don't like
Then,
this.
do you have any flying blockers?
1, 2, 2.
You have 1, 2, 2. All right. What are the power toughnesses of the rest of your creatures?
I have 2 0/1s. I have 6. I have 6 8/4s. 2 2 and a 2 2 and a 2 2.
6, 8, 4s.
It's okay. You keep putting creatures in your grave.
I'm not trying to. I got totally wrecked when it came to mana draw. I kept on drawing creatures, and then the lands kept on going nowhere but not anywhere where I needed them to go. Gosh dang it. This is not looking good for me at all.
You're telling me I can't even discard a card. I need at least 1 card type in my grave to make my consuming blob at least a 1. Oh, 1 power.
This is what we're going to do. I'm going to swing at you with a 2/3.
Okay. It's 2/3 now?
It's a 2.
Oh.
It's always been a 2/3. It's never been not a 2/3.
I thought we were 2/2s this whole time. Never mind. I got to take 2 damage.
Okay. I am attacking with it, so I'm going to untap up to
2 lands.
2 lands. So we'll untap that land and that land just as a sanity. Then I get a draw card because I'm dealing 2 damage to you as combat. Then I'll go ahead and tap for 2, and we'll go ahead and flip this guy face up.
Is it a creature? It is a creature.
Yeah. So whenever a non-token creature I control dies, I exile it and turn it face down, and it becomes a forest land.
Okay. That's terrible for me. That just means you could just flip it back over. Oh, it's a creature again.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pass to you. I'm not afraid to block any of your stuff.
Well, you just have to separate which ones are manifest, which ones are actually lands. Untap, draw.
That creature is a 7/7.
Creature is a 7/7. You can tap a blue and 3. Not that one. 3. Play stolen goods. You can exile cards from top of your library until they exile a non-land card. Till end of turn, I may cast that card without paying its mana cost.
What the frick?
What is this? A worm. Almost a ooze, but not exactly. When World Worm dies, create a 3/5 worm creature token with trample.
This is gay. I hate this game.
Wow. Well, if it dies, it goes back to your library. But now I finally have a card type in my grave. So these become 1/2 ooze consuming oozes. Oh, it's just so ridiculous. I don't.
Alright. Anything else you'd like to do?
Make the commander relevant. All it does is, like, if you deal damage to it.
You double any trigger that would happen from when you deal damage. If it deals damage, you double that trigger.
I don't have any double damage triggers other than you got reach.
Nope.
There's one trigger.
What does it do?
Dealing 2 damage when it deals combat damage to you. Look at the top 3 cards of that player's library. Exile 1. Have them fixed down.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Alright. Then put the rest into the graveyard. It's all land, man!
You can pick any land to go face down.
I may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. Any mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell.
Cast is synonymous for play, so yeah.
So I guess I'll just do this one. These go to your grave.
Stupid.
It is stupid because it just adds to your power, maybe.
I needed the lands last turn, not... I don't know if I'm going to see another land forever. Alright.
Ridiculous. Gonna go to... End step. Can I see your grave?
There's only one creature in it. There you go.
While there, all that exile that I can't even use. So I get 1 Uchalong and 1 consuming blob.
Anything else?
No.
Alright, I'm going to untap everything. Do you got anything with reach?
No, I don't.
Alright. I will go ahead and...
Oh, I guess. No, it's gone. You exiled it.
Draw a card. I'm going to put Tanglin Islet. It's going to enter the battlefield. Or actually, I'm going to tap this, generate a mana, and then I'm going to go ahead and play this. I'm going to go ahead and untap a target creature.
It's a land.
And then I will draw a card. Then I'll manifest Dread.
Land. Manifest Landfall.
Down to my graveyard, put that one. Oh, psh.
Yeah, face down.
Face down, stupid.
We're gonna cast a spell. Because I feel like I am missing a big trigger on my engine because I'm not going anywhere.
And tap 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. No, I'm going to do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. The floating and the 6th. To go ahead and cast Mutalini, Mahia. And then it's this first spell I cast, so I'll go ahead and reveal it. Whenever I cast a spell, each turn reveal the top card of my library and be cast without paying its mana cost. And it's battlefield tap, but it is a land, so I'll enter the battlefield tap. When I do so, I get to return a target land from my graveyard to my hand, but it is going to trigger the landfall, so I will go ahead and turn a card, a permanent face up.
Yes.
I may turn a permanent face up, which I'm not going to.
Why?
Because it's stupid. It's stupid the way that.
It's not a permanent?
It's frustrating, that's what it is. Then we'll go, oh, actually, you know what? I did want to do this in this order. Oh, no, I needed to do it in that order. So now I'll go ahead and tap for 4. I'll cast this card. It enters the battlefield tapped with 5 somewhere counters on it.
Okay, then you reveal up top of library?
Nope, because that's only on the first.
When you, oh, you're right, it's the first.
I did have a land enter the battlefield, so I will get a draw card.
No.
How many Ushalans did you say you had?
I have 7 Ushalans.
Oh. No, actually, I don't want to do that one. Here, I'm going to do another one. It's still going to cost 4. I want to do this one. Then I want to tap 1, 2, 3, and 4 to cast this guy with the 5 counters.
Okay.
That way, and then I'll tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or no, actually, let's not do that one. Let's do this one. 5. And then we'll go ahead and cast this. I'm going to return up to 6 non-land permanents to their owner's hands. How many Ushalans did you say you had?
I have 7 Ushalans.
Okay, so we'll go ahead. We'll return this one to its owner's hand.
No!
We'll return that one to its owner's hand.
Why, you...
And then we will return 4 of our Ushalans to their owner's hands.
Okay.
Now, I haven't played an additional land on my turn, so I will go ahead and play this land for my additional land for turn. That will cause me to flip up a permanent I control. Nope. I don't want it. Well, actually, I do want to do that. I'll do that. I'll untap that. Oh, no. I'll untap a target creature I control. Let's untap... Let's untap my flying creature, yeah. We'll untap my flying guy. And then... I did have a land into the battlefield, so I'll draw a card. And then I'll go ahead and swing at you with this guy. He's going to deal damage to you, 2 damage in the air, because you don't get any flying blockers.
Yep.
And that will cause me to draw a card. Or no, I don't want to draw a card. I destroy target enchantment. Or, do you have any enchantments?
I don't have any enchantments or destructible artifacts.
That is all I can do.
Is that all you can do?
That is all I can do.
Okay. Untap.
I do still have a 5/5 blocker. In case nobody knew what I did is I returned World Spine to its owner's hand, but World Spine was a card that he had stolen from me, so I returned that card that he stole from me back to my hand.
World Spine. The worm.
The worm! The big nasty worm!
What's the... When it dies, it makes 3 worms.
When it dies, it turns into a forest face down.
Stupid. Actually, no. When it dies, it goes to your library.
This says it would go to my library, but since I have another replacement effect, I got to choose the replacement effect that takes priority and resolves first. So obviously, the forest is going to happen first before the replacement would. Before this replacement effect happens.
Right. I'm just playing a land. I have 2 basics, so it goes untapped. Tap 2 greens and 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Actually, no. Green, blue, black, and 2 for the commander. Then I'll bring back blue, black, 1 other for this dang thief of sanity. Stupid. I can't do anything at all. Yep. 1 blocker?
I have 1 blocker. It's a 5/5.
Okay. I'm going to have 2 Ushalans swing at you. They are 6, 7.
And they don't have menace, right?
7/4. No menace.
All right. I will block your 7/4 with my one of your 7/4s with my 5/5s. I will destroy one of them. It would go to the graveyard, but it's going to return back to the battlefield as a forest, face down, and then I will then manifest Dread.
Manifest Dread when it goes to a land. Oh.
Because it leaves the battlefield and turns into a land.
First turn.
Yeah. The very first land, the very first land that enters the battlefield causes me to manifest Dread.
This turn, yes.
This turn.
Okay. Well, it sucks. I'm gonna go to instep. Can I see your grief?
Are you looking for creatures?
Yeah.
I have no creatures. All instances, artifacts, enchantments. That's it.
Wow. Well, all I do is create a consuming blob, then that's all I can do. I'll pass.
Oh, I do get I will scry 1 though, because I had a land enter. Yeah, actually, I'll keep that up on top. Anything else?
Nope, that's all.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and untap everything.
1 of the 2 is tapped.
And then I'm gonna tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have a feeling this is close to the end because I got terrible defense.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll go 11. And I'll go ahead and cast the World Spine.
Of course.
And then what I'll do is, since the very first spell I cast this turn, I'll go ahead and reveal the top card of my library. I may cast it this turn. I'll go ahead and play it. That'll be my second spell that enters this turn. That's going to be a formal cast, so that's going to go down to 4. I need to get a spin up die. So then I had a second land enter the battlefield underneath my control. That will cause me to flip a card that I have face down, face up. We'll face this up. And then I may play an additional land on each of my turns. I'll go ahead and play Mirror Landscape, enter the battlefield, causing me to flip up another permanent. We will flip up this permanent. It's not entering the battlefield, so it doesn't proc any enter the battlefields or anything like that. But it does give me another land that's untapped for me to use. I did have another land enter the battlefield, so I'll untap a target creature I control. Okay, I'll go ahead and tap for 7. I'll go ahead and flashback this. I'm going to exile this card. When I do so, I'll create a token that's a copy of World Spine.
Oh, what? No.
So now I've got two 15/15s of these big bad boys on the battlefield.
Wait a minute.
Create a token copy of creature I control.
No, the worst. Oh, the World Spine. I was thinking you did a different card.
No.
I was like, what?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
You should sacrifice World Spine so you get 3
14,
words.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19. This guy's a 1919.
Yes, I know that.
I didn't know that.
I was just waiting for you to see how that's going to hit me.
To see how that's going to hit you?
Great impact. Great impact.
I don't like the way you're saying that, but I will go ahead and swing it at you, and I'll untap all my lands.
Doesn't have trample, right? Or does it?
It does not have... It does have trample.
Well, block with the 2/2 face down, and I'm going to just take everything because...
You're going to take the... You're going to take 17?
I guess so. My consuming blobs go up by 1 toughness and 1 power.
Okay. That's going to give me the ability to cast a lot of stuff now. Because I untapped Mirrored Landscape from this trigger, I will go ahead and tap this to go ahead and sacrifice it. Oh, no. I'm not going to do that quite yet. I'm going to set those out off to the side, though. I'm going to tap 1, 2, and 3. We'll go ahead and get rid of that, so that whenever a creature I control deals combat damage to a player, I get to turn that creature face up or put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then I'm going to go ahead and tap 1, 2, 3 to go ahead and put this guy face down. And then tap 1, 2, 3 to go ahead and turn this guy face down. They're just more manifested stuff. And then we're going to go 1. Well, then we're going to have to do this. Then we'll tap this. We'll sacrifice this. I'm going to search my library for 2 basic lands that share the same type with each other. Put them onto the battlefield. There we are, 2 of them. Since I've already had lands enter the battlefield, I'm just going to turn these face up. I got a 3/3 with Death Touch. Not that one. And definitely not that one. Those aren't going to do me any good. We'll just leave those like that. But because I had 2 lands in his battlefield, I'll tap this in response, and then tap it, and then tap it, and untap it in response, and then tap it to generate 2 more mana for a grand total of 4 more mana. And then we'll tap this guy to go ahead and tap these ones to then go ahead and cast Curator Beast. When it enters the battlefield, I'll, with an colorless creatures I control enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on them. When it enters or attacks, I manifest Dread. So I'll look at the top 2 cards in my library. I'll put one of them face down and the other into my graveyard.
When he attacks, it manifests?
Enters or attacks, yeah.
Yeah.
And then colorless creatures I control enter the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters.
But he only is the one that manifests if they attack?
He's the only one that manifests when I attack.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess I already... Oh, yeah, these guys are going to have... These are actual counters. They're not actual manifest.
I thought it'd be just crazy of like, oh, all your creatures will manifest when they attack.
No.
You're gonna go through your library.
Just him. Just him.
Because that would be such dread for me.
He is a 6/6 with reach, so.
And I got 14 life.
I'll pass.
Oh, is that what you're gonna do?
That's all I can do for my turn, yeah. Yeah, that's it, it's just that.
I blame my loss on RNG again. Sheesh.
I mean, I thought you were going to kill him with the echelons. I thought you were going to just start swinging those, but you never swung them. And they had menace at the one point in time.
At one point, but then you're like, I'm going to instant remove.
Yeah, I had to instant remove that, and I had to throw a whole bunch of creatures in my graveyard to give you. Are you sure you don't just create the oozes at the beginning of each upkeep? Or at the beginning of each end step? Or do you have to exile in order to create an ooze?
I have to exile. Up to one target creature. So...
Well, if it's any consolation, I'm not happy that there's this many instances in here either.
I'll play Cold Ice Selkie. Island Walk. Whenever Cold Ice Selkie deals combat damage to a player, I may draw that many cards. And you know what? I'm not going to get that chance.
No. I do have Island, so I can't stop it.
I know. I know. I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do Oron.
I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll counter that.
You can't have what? How?
Oh, well, these allow me to tap for mana, and this, I gotta tap one more. So we'll tap this guy in order to pay for the mana cost. When he gets turn face up, counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's library. I may cast it without paying its mana cost. And it does come in the battlefield with a +2/+2. Nice, I like this one! I didn't know what I was countering! That's great!
So now all of his stuff has...
Not yet, I have to cast it.
Oh, you didn't cast it?
I
just
can't.
tap some monsters.
I can't cast it at flash speed. I gotta
definitely tap all these big monsters.
I can't cast it right now. I have to wait.
Oh. Well, you know what?
Actually, I suppose I didn't need to pay that much. Actually, because I actually can just do his activated ability for that. So actually, I won't flip all of them. I'll just flip 2 of them. So we got that guy, that guy. Oh, that guy has to be tapped. Yeah. Let's see. It won't be these guys. It won't be the flyer guy.
Not the flyer guy, of course.
We'll keep the guy that's not that. We'll tap the commander for it, and we'll tap that guy. This guy won't be tapped for it. 1, 2. That's all I needed.
All you needed was 4, 5.
Yeah, all I needed was 4. Oh, we'll leave that guy untapped. Well, I only needed 2 in order to do it, because I can reveal a face down card, and if it's a creature card, I may turn it face up, and then when he gets turned face up, I counter target spell.
I still don't do anything other than make a consuming blob.
Okay. I don't have any creatures in my graveyard.
Yeah. I pass.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and untap everything. And that is not a spell cast, so I don't remove my slumber counter either. So we'll untap everything. Okay. We will draw a card. Cool, nice. Finally, I get to do the landfall triggers twice and actually get to do them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play this land when I enter battlefield. I get to draw a card and I'll manifest dread.
Terramorphic Expanse.
We'll put this on the battlefield tapped, that into the graveyard. That's going to cause this to go up by an additional 2.
But why are you upset? All you do is pay a grade to one other. You're going to flip it anyway.
It's only if it's a creature. It's only if it's a creature on the other side.
Why do you want to flip it's not a creature?
I don't want to flip it if it's not a creature. I'd rather it die and turn into a forest, if anything. Well, I guess that would flip it either way, wouldn't it?
Well,
so that doesn't help.
If it's face down, how is it going to go face down again?
Oh, man. I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure if it's face down, it's just going to die.
Okay, so I drew that card, and I can play an additional lands on each of my turns. So I'll go ahead and play this. It's going to enter the battlefield tap. That will cause me to draw a card. Since it's the second time that I manifested this turn, I get to turn a card face up. I will go ahead and turn this card face up. It's an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, I manifest dread. Whenever I turn a permanent face up, I'll put a +1/+1 counter on it. Well, this will now get 3 +1/+1 counters, and I'll manifest dread. In response to each of these lands having entered, I'm going to tap this and untap this and tap this to go ahead and generate 2 more floating mana.
Tap it, untap it, and tap it.
Yeah, then we're going to go ahead and put that onto the battlefield.
What's making it untap?
And then that will go to the graveyard. What's making it untap? This enchantment. Whenever a land enters the battlefield underneath my control, I get to choose one. I may tap or untap a target creature.
Wow. Okay.
And again, all this was not casts. These were just triggered abilities.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and sacrifice Terramorphic Expanse. I'm going to search my library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. I'm almost gone through this entire library.
Isn't that the trigger for what flipped your creature?
No, the trigger that flipped my creature was this one entering the battlefield. I'm going to put this island onto the battlefield tapped. I'll go ahead and shuffle. I don't have a lot of cards to shuffle. And then I will get a draw card. That will cause me to untap this guy. So I'll untap him to tap him to generate another mana.
You should just go to combat and swing at me.
I'm trying to. I'm going to go tap for 1, 2, 3, and 4 to go ahead and cast Giggling Skitterspike.
You don't need that.
I don't.
He doesn't need it.
Well, I don't see any reason why not to do this. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
We'll make it monstrosities.
But you also got your cast trigger, so whatever's on the top of the library.
Yep, that would be my cast trigger. It is a greater mana value, so it's going to go to my hand.
Where?
I'm going to tap for 3, 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to go ahead and play him as a sorcery into exile. I'm going to search my library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. That will cause me to flip the card face up. I'll flip this guy face up. He's got 2+1/+1 counters on him. I know I'm using -1/-1s, but they're supposed to be +2/+2s. I'm going to look at the top card of my library at any time. I may play lands for as long as I do that. As long as I control 3 or more creatures with different powers, I may cast creature spells from the top of my library as well. I'm going to put a +1/+1 counter on it because it's getting turned face up. That will cause me to... I'll go search my library for that basic land, entering the battlefield tapped. Oh, I put it onto the battlefield. I don't put it onto the battlefield tapped, so I'm going to put it right there. Alright. I am having a land entering the battlefield. I'm going to tap that and untap that, so now I'm still floating at 4 mana from that alone, and I'll spend 2 more of this mana to go ahead and cast... to cast this guy. Oh, 1 more mana. It's 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I only need 5.
Do you really need another summon?
We'll cast that guy.
Summon Sigma.
Then I'll cast this 2.
Oh.
Then I'll cast this. Creatures I control gain +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures I control.
You gotta hit me a little bit harder, that's all? That's really?
The greatest power among creatures I control currently is probably that guy at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So each of my creatures are going to get an additional 27.27. So this guy's going to be 27.27 trample times 2. And I'm having
Don't
all
they all
3
get trample?
Yeah, yes, they all get trample.
Yeah.
So you have 300 damage coming your way.
I told you I don't have another turn. So I'm done. I'm dead. And even if I did try to block, they had death touch.
They did have a death touch. So they would only deal 1 damage to you and the rest would go through.
Here's your stinky card. It's a land.
I did not like you exiling this. I was trying to get that one and you exiled it. I knew the infinite land combo and you exiled it.
Yes. Well, I was gonna try to get him gone fast.
I used his activated ability before your end step so you couldn't.
Sheesh.
It doesn't say it has to be done at sorcery speed. It just says just do it and you get to return them. So it's an activated ability. It can happen at lightning speed. It can happen just kind of how like you yanked it from me when I tried going after you that way.
You can do it as activated ability.
Yeah.
I Definitely.
I had a brutal start. I if I were you, I would have been swinging with those oozes, and I would have just eliminated me early on.
They were just weak.
They had weak toughnesses. They were freaking 8/4s, and you had 6 of them. I would have just swung them. At the time, I had only a 5/5 at most, and if anything, you would have just maybe manifest dread.
They were 8/4.
But it took me that long to be able to even eliminate you just in general.
No. I just didn't think they were strong enough. They needed to get more oozes. There was not. I didn't have that good of typal synergy at the very beginning.
Yeah, well, you don't necessarily always have the typal synergy with it because it's more based around the combat damage. So if you look at the oozes that were thrown in it, their oozes are based on the combat damage. So it's swing, 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 hit hard, swing.
I had probably I'd get one card out and be like, oh, it has damage effects. And then you're like, no, I'm going to remove it. You removed the bow.
I did. I had to play every single exile spell I possibly could on those.
So, its main function to exile and play from exile was not...
It wasn't playing from exile. It was playing from our... Well, I guess it does play from exile, but it's also play from the graveyard, too.
Yeah. But I didn't have anything to put in the grave either. I wanted to put more types, get more consuming oozes. I could have played the consuming ooze earlier, but...
The echelon oozes, I feel, are a little bit better than the consuming oozes.
Exactly, that's why I played that first.
So the echelon oozes, those things were awesome to get out early. Usually when somebody gets the consuming oozes out that early, that person usually wins. But they also are usually swinging at them because you have to either sacrifice your creature to a token, and all the tokens are just copies of the ooze anyways. So now they have creatures in the graveyard for you to exile. So if you block with it, you have to then be willing to exile the creature that you just blocked with.
Definitely also, if you're going to have a consuming ooze...
Just swing with the 8/4s. Just swing with the 8/4s. Don't be terrified about swinging with them. They're 8/4s. You get to exile whatever they block with.
Well, that's why I was going to make them death touched. And they're like, no, I'm going to take that death
At the time, even before, the biggest creature I had on the battlefield was a 5/5.
Yes.
My saving grace was when was after you had already gotten 8 of them or whatever on the battlefield. Is I had that one card that turned them into forests. Because then they don't ever hit the graveyard by your end step.
The problem is, if I use them to sacrifice just through combat, because they only have 4 toughness, I still need to have creatures in your grave to make them come back.
Right. Well, so that's why you swing with them. Because usually when you're swinging with them, when they get to be that big, 8/4s, people are now having to block a token. And so if I have my 5/5, and I say I didn't have that one creature on the battlefield where they turned into forest. I would have blocked with the 5/5. My 5/5 would have gone to the graveyard. It would have gone to your end step now. Now when it hits to your end step, now you get to exile that card. And now you get to create another ooze because now you personally put a creature into their graveyard for you to exile.
Yeah, I guess so.
So that's as soon as you get that menace and you get the oozes, you just start swinging nonstop and you just be relentless with it.
Well, that's why I attacked with only the counters. I didn't want, or the tokens. I didn't want to attack with the original.
You can attack with the original. They're all copies of the same thing.
The original, if they went back to my hand, then I could keep it in my hand. You sent the tokens to my hand. They died.
Oh, that's correct. I did send the tokens intentionally.
Yes.
I made it so that you couldn't have those creatures exist.
Yeah.
So that you couldn't play them.
That's my problem. I don't like sacrificing. Sacrifice is bad.
You don't like sacrificing on a black deck that relies on sacrificing.
Yes.
I don't like that deck because of the amount that you have to discard for it in order to get to go. I don't like it putting in the graveyard because if you have something like that where you're playing a whole lot of graveyard play, I'm literally just feeding you.
It's fine. So many spells, though. So many spells in the grave.
I did. I had like nothing but instances and sorceries, and then I had lands, all of which you couldn't.
You probably had like 30 cards left in your library.
I did not have a whole lot left. It took me so long to be able to eliminate you because I was terrified of those oozes. Because if I swung with the oozes and I swung at them like that, then I would have just been sacrificing my own creatures, and I didn't know if I had enough I wasn't getting enough mana play because I was just coming across clumps of creatures, and every single time you'd mill me, you would mill out my land. So it was like I was trying to keep my stuff on the battlefield, not have it go to the graveyard, and still be able to flip it up and be okay.
Yeah. Well, that's the difference between you and me. You attack with everything, knowing you're going to lose it, and then you have a whole nother board state again. So I don't know.
I mean, clearly I wasn't swinging as hard as I normally do with this because I genuinely thought I wasn't going to be able to get past you. So I was playing more of a defensive play, which I know is bad. You should have won. You should have swung just hard and over and over and over. Because it took us until like 12 turns in order to be able to beat that play.
Yeah, I guess so. I just don't think of it that way. I don't like trading.
You don't like trading?
I like to be able to have big stomp, can't be blocked. That's great.
Big stomp can't be blocked. That's the strategy behind it, is learning when to trade and learning when not to trade.
No, I'm terrible at that. That's why. I think that's done. I'm done.
All right, fair enough. GG.
Such sinuses.
Oh man.